And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the red Zerg player. Oh, at one point he was young, now apparently at 20 years old he's old, papi. It is YoungYakov. Smooch. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. It's just me. Is this green a little bit darker? We have his opponent. We have the green Zerg player representing 3D Clan. It is GgMaChine. Here we go. We are just jumping right on in. Whew. And again, if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. Get your gamba going. Predictions are open. Place your bets on this best of 2. As a reminder, this is a best of 2, not a best of 3. That is why the previous series did conclude with a 1-1 tied score. So tied scores are possible here. Doesn't just have to be a 2-0. Could be 1-1. So best of luck in the chat. Otherwise, we can embrace it. Can embrace it. Here we go. And so now, hatch first. Looks like hatch gas pool. Yep, hatch gas pool from both Yakov and Machine. Standard openers for the time being. We'll see if either one does skip their Bailey nest, if they decide to stay in gas, if they decide to go throw down an early Evo chamber as well. We shall see. We shall see. Catching with chat. Nickerack seems very all in. It wasn't all in, straight up. It was a 2-base all in from Nickerack. As we did mention, because of the lack of third base for a long time. Here we go. For now, we do have link speed on the way for both players. We're going to be joining up, saturating our naturals. So far, so good. No ties allowed in chat. Thorn, the auto mod flagged your comment for 3-way. Because you said 3-way tie. Auto mod was saying 3-way. Not in the Ducklings chat. Oh no. Only 4 or more. Not like this. Ay ay ay. It's okay, I allowed the comment. It's all good. Ay ay ay. Well, for the time being, we are setting up. Overlord goes down. Nice pick off here by YoungYakov. Will supply block GgMaChine. Behind this, Bailey nest is on the way for both players. Third bases as well. So everyone is playing standard. Everyone is playing standard. Outside of the fact that GgMaChine just lost an Overlord, everything's looking as it should. We have extra drones on the way for Yakov. Extra drones are on the way. So no one being hyper aggressive. The Lings are poking in, but it looks like we're going to be entering Roach Ravager. Yeah, looks like we're entering the Roach phase of ZvZ. Just no major aggression, no big Link Bane fights. Roach Horns are being taken, and there's no Link Surge here from either player. Welcome to European ZvZ. I feel spoiled. We were casting a lot of ZvZs earlier in Elima League 230. We casted like 3 ZvZs in a row. We casted Rogue versus, who was it? I think it was Rogue versus Shin, then Shin versus Solar, and then Shin versus Dark. We casted 3 ZvZs in a row, and it was pure chaos, mate. Like this did not happen at all. In any of those 3 best of 3s, this did not happen. We had just pure Link Bane aggression, Roach all-ins, Solar's like +1 carapace, like Link Ravager all-in as well, just like nonsense. It's crazy, like 12 pulls. Here we're just calming things down and getting into Roaches. Like this is a more, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Above the belt ZvZ, you know? Yeah. Prim and proper. We're macroing, making Roaches. Even this move out is a fake out. This is a fake move because Yakov is droning. Yakov is droning, so is GgMaChine. Really, Yakov, he's moving out with this army to try to force an overreaction, and he should be turning back around. He should just be turning back around from here. He shouldn't commit. As he has arrived. I mean, hey, Bailings are morphing in, true. But, Yeah, we have to be careful here. Yakov, he does engage with the fight. Does trade pretty well, actually. Bailings there, making their way to the mineral line. And does he get in? Bailings, they do. The drones are going to be going down. That's 2 worker kills. From here, YoungYakov should be deflected. Remember, he's been droning. I'm just shocked he actually attacked. That's what I'm shocked by. And he trades well. Gets the queen. Does get a queen. Does get a second queen as well. Pretty good value. 7 roaches to 7 roaches. Gets 2 queens. Overall, this was a better trade for Yakov. He also got a couple of workers. Bear that in mind. And from here, we can calm things down. YoungYakov, he does have an economic advantage, but where's the army? Roaches are on the way, but GgMaChine does arrive a little bit sooner. YoungYakov, he does pull away. Does pull away from the 3rd, but now he's stuck in a 2-base economy, and GgMaChine, can he go for the expansion? Does catch a couple of transferring, or does catch a couple of morphing in roaches. Does punish them. Oh, and GgMaChine even diving on the main army. Doesn't quite get the round he was hoping for. Not quite. But he does get the 3rd. I said he does get, there we go. With the transfuse though. Up. Oh my god. Hatchery goes out. GgMaChine, he gets the hell out of there. And this is why, YoungYakov, you don't commit. Like, he did get 2 queens, sure, but was that really worth losing a base? The answer is no. This is now a better position for GgMaChine. He's up in economy, up in bases, up in production, 4th base on the way as well. He has triggered a counterattack. YoungYakov, he is committed. But alas, he's pushing into spine crawlers. You can see GgMaChine is ready for the all-in. Because YoungYakov pulls away, GgMaChine, it might be worth cancelling these spines. Yep, there we go, does cancel. And instead, YoungYakov is going into spire plays, going into mutas. Mutas are on the way. Yeah, gentlemen ZvZ. Here we go. There was only one Zergan Elima League this week. There were 2 Elima Leagues this week. For 230 is what I'm referring to. Elima League number 230 is when we casted all the ZvZs. Elima League 231, which was a couple of hours ago, we did cast Solar, but yes, the most recent Elima League earlier tonight did not have Dark or Shin, only Solar. And Rex as well. Solar and Rex. But we did cast Solar's matches. Just because I wanted to cover the Zerg players while I could for the Elima League that was earlier today. Meanwhile, Lings, they do get across the map. They do force a cancel. Very nice. They force a cancel here on the expansion. See Yakov sustaining himself here, building back up on 2 bases, despite the fact that Yakov, he has had a more hindered economy, and he, has been on 2 bases and still struggling to get a 3rd. The mutas at least give him some breathing room. The mutas have arrived, they shut down some of these workers, they go for the queens, and they're just allowing Yakov to build up his roach count. So far, so good. As the mutas, they do rotate. They do rotate, they hit the expansion. That's going to be another 2 or 3 drones going down. Oh my god. This is stacking up. Yeah, this is building up over time, and now you can see Yakov gaining a supply lead, building on more roaches. GgMaChine forced to invest into Hydra. And these mutas, they're winning YoungYakov this game. They're doing well for himself. And now he pushes. That's pushing right down mid. Does push through the center. Yakov going for the Roach Warren. Roach Warren goes down. Massive pickup. GgMaChine trying to keep up. Is trying. The mutas still were doing well for themselves. In total, 14 drone kills. Ay, ay, ay. 14 workers have fallen. GgMaChine has had enough defending. He's trying to break out, but the piles. Again, Roach Ravager can be much more efficient than Roach Hydra. That all does change once lurkers come into play. And the question becomes, GgMaChine, does he have to embrace lurker production? Potentially. Infestation bit is done, so we can go into his hive. For now, trading with the Roach Ravager. Does avoid the Biles. Stutter stepping forward. And getting some of these mainlings as well. How about YoungYakov? He is maxed. There's the Lurker Den. Lurker Den's on the way. But GgMaChine, he still needs more time. Does need more time. As Yakov, he dives on the army. Biles, they still don't quite connect. It does shave off a lot of roaches, trying to get on top of the Hydras. Hydras are looking that much more exposed. Biles, well, they do connect. GgMaChine being forced back. Lurker Den is almost done. It's getting there. GgMaChine, he still needs a little bit more time to get into his Lurker attack. Hive is also almost done. Gas Geyser goes down. Yakov pushing through the left-hand side. The Lunker Den. Almost. There it is. Show us the Lunkers. There it is. Lurkers. There are 7 Lurkers on the way. They're now morphing in. Meanwhile, we do see YoungYakov. He's maxed out with Lingbane Roach Ravager. And if the Lurkers can be in position, GgMaChine, he can take the fight. Does burrow in time. Ooh, a little bit late to burrow, but I will say, a little bit. Oh, Biles, they take down one of those Lurkers already. But the others do burrow. Biles going to be connecting. Bailings, they crash into the Hydras, and it looks like YoungYakov, he brute forces his way through. Takes down all the Lurkers. Breaks through the Hydras, sorry, breaks through the Roaches. Does get on top of the Hydras in the end. And Yakov, it looks like he has done it. He breaks through the front line. Again, the Lurkers are barely not ready in time. They took a little bit too long to actually siege, to burrow, to get in position. It was close. It was oh so close. Lurker range is now about to finish after the Lurkers go down. The damage has been done. GgMaChine down to 49 drones. Does force back the Roach Ravager. Does catch all the Ravagers in the end. Not bad. But Yakov maintains that supply lead. And after sniping all those Hydras, now it's time for the mutas once again. It's time for the muta party. Mutas, they have returned. GG, and YoungYakov will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Again, a bit of a more passive start to the game. We did have both players, just getting past Lingbane, getting into Roach play, more of a European ZvZ, which it's been a while since I've actually embraced that. It's been a while since I've casted, like Lambo versus the Laser, or some of these other European Zerg players. Been a while, been a couple of months actually. But regardless, YoungYakov, he was able to do quite well with his mutas. He was able to just keep the opposing Zerg player pinned back at home, trade well, pick off 14 drones, likewise get full scouting information, force a transition to Hydras, and we saw that GgMaChine, he was working towards a greater tech, a greater army. He was working towards Lurkers, but he got there maybe a little bit too late. Again, just as the Lurkers morphed in, that's when the push came, and we saw that the Lurkers, they did take a couple of extra seconds to actually burrow and get in position. Did take a little bit too long there, and alas, in the end, we saw that YoungYakov was able to just dive in and get on top of the Lurkers. Able to get on top of them in time, able to shut them down. GG. GG, well played. Whew. Meanwhile, a shout out to SC2 full in the chat. Bappy Ga, thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. And I hope you have been enjoying your high mess sausage. GG. GG. And welcome one and all to the Firegrow Cup number 4. This is a monthly tournament featuring many players from the European region, from the CIS region, and we are here in the group stage. We're here in a round robin format, Group B, and we're nearing the end of the broadcast. We do have two rounds left. We're here in round 4, and then we have round 5 thereafter, but we're jumping into game 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Alkione. We have the red Zerg player. He was once young, but now he has lost his innocence. He has lost his hope, his dreams, his happiness. He's now old, and he's swap pooling. It makes sense. It is YoungYakov. Now going by old Yakov, and spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the green Zerg player. We have representing 3D Clan, The young up-and-comer. We'll see if he can bounce back in the series. It is GgMaChine. Here we go. GgMaChine is going hatch first, so it's going to be a hatch gas pool, standard opener out of our Zerg player. Meanwhile, YoungYakov, he's going for the 12 pool, but not just that. Is it a 12 pool drone pool? Oh boy. Does YoungYakov, does he commit? As I don't see an expansion, and there should be. Show us the other boys. Other boys back in town. No, he's expanding. Okay. He is going to be expanding. Never mind. Sixlings are on the way. YoungYakov, he is going to be going for the expand, which means this is not an all-in. And the hatchery has been placed. Now, the goal here of a 12 pool, this is technically a macro build. The goal here is to kill, like, 2 drones. The goal is to kill 2 workers to force the boys being pulled off the mineral line as well, to force some delayed mining time, and then to get into the mid-game. This does lead into 2-base roach. The reason why this leads into 2-base roach is because there's no gas. Your gas is very late, so you're going to be behind in link speed and behind in banelings. So you just skip link bane and you go straight into roaches. For now though, the lings have arrived. And again, their goal here is to try to make up for your lack of workers. Lings, they poke away at the natural. This natural should not die. It should not go down. GgMaChine, there we go. He does pull the boys. Now it's all about worker micro. GgMaChine has to be very careful not to lose too many drones. Oh, so far, 2 of the workers get caught out. A rough start. They don't go down though. They are pulled away. And again, it's all about buying time for the lings, for the queens. The queens are in production. The lings, they meet up with the drones. The drones are very low, but not a single worker has gone down yet. But I spoke too soon. Up. 1 drone falls. It's going to be 1 drone kill. That's going to be a 2nd drone kill. And I think a 3rd, and this is getting out of hand. This is becoming far too much. Oh my god. The lings go down. The drones go down. Too many losses. The queen gets surrounded. And again, you could argue here that we maybe did underreact from the side of GgMaChine. That was 6 drone kills. That is far too much. And YoungYakov, he can even go for another queen. He can, and he will. He's going to try to lock it down. More boys are being pulled. But the damage has been done. He gets another drone. He gets another worker. I mentioned before that ideally YoungYakov, he wanted like 2 or 3 drones. He got 7. He got 7 workers. That is far too much damage. And now look at the worker count. Look at the disparity here. 23 to 13. GgMaChine is all in. He is completely all in at this point. There's no use droning. At this point, there's no use droning. He's too far behind. He has to go for the all-in. Back at home, all YoungYakov needs to do is wall. He needs to wall up and wall off. He has 3 queens, which is good, but he needs some SimCity here. Drone is getting in position. Lings have arrived. Yeah, no SimCity. He does give up on the natural. He does wall off at the ramp instead. Does wall off at the ramp. The boys are here with their whole position micro. GgMaChine is going for the expansion, trying to drag the army out of position. But good movement here from Yakov. He pulls back to the ramp. Pulls back to the choke point. Pulls away the drones. Do we have a transfuse? There is. There's 1 transfuse. Barely not another. The lings, they're breaking through. They got 1 queen. Up. More lings have arrived. Just barely. And GgMaChine is still just rallying across the map. But the queens hold. The queens do hold. Baneling Nest on the way. YoungYakov getting to his own ling speed in this kind of game state. YoungYakov is still up 10 workers. He still has a massive economic lead. No innocence in the 12 pool. True. Not like this. Nice catch here by GgMaChine. Does get a couple of lings. Goes for the surround of the queen. Gets a queen as well. Not bad. Does get a queen. Is being chased down. Likewise, YoungYakov is getting ready for his counterattack. He is pushing. And here come the banelings as well. Now, with this link flood from GgMaChine, he can still wreak havoc. He does overwhelm. He has a massive amount of lings. YoungYakov, he's in trouble. He has to pull back. No defensive banelings. The boys have to be pulled. But YoungYakov, he does drone drill quite well. Yeah, the banelings, looks like 2 of them are denied. 1 baneling is going to be denied as well, but the queen pops out. YoungYakov, he defends. GG gets called. Yakov defends, and Yakov will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. That was a much more aggressive variation of 12 pool. We saw that YoungYakov, he didn't make just the initial wave of links, he made extra links behind it. Because of that, GgMaChine, he did fight a little bit too soon. He also did not have enough workers to fight head-on with his links. He was overwhelmed. GgMaChine, he was overwhelmed. Remember, he lost 7 drones. 7 drones went down. That there was game-ending damage. Those 7 worker kills, and we saw that GgMaChine, he had potential with the counter all-in. We saw that he was killing queens. He was killing queens. He was trading against the lings, but he had no longevity. He had no longevity in that series, or in that game, I should say. And with that, GG, well played. That wraps up our round 4 match. And the question becomes, is that all of round 4 finishing? Let's find out. Well, what's going on? What is going on? Ooh, okay, so it looks like we have some updates here.